Yo, what's good, guys? This is Theo here coming to you live with part two of how to use the YouTube API with CodeCademy. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and log in here. Hopefully this will redirect us back to where, where we left off. And let's get started. So let's go back to let's go in catalog real quick. Let this load up. And so we'll do APIs, learning APIs. We're going to go back to YouTube API with JavaScript. And so cool. So we're on lesson 11. So let's get that to work for us. Let me refresh this. Awesome. So let me come back in here to 11. And this is the anatomy of a response. So now we've made the request, let's look at a response. So a response line comes with the status code, a header, and the body. All right, so it just wants us to look at what we're getting back. We're getting a 200 and an OK, which means success. This is the kind of data we're getting back, text or XML. And then just some more information about the data and this body and the actual data. Cool. So let's keep going. I'm going to reset this. And so what it wants us to do is just look at this again. And so we're making a simple GET request. And then we're setting the header, just adding some more metadata, some information about that data. And then at the very end, we're going to set this variable XML document equal to the response XML. And what it wants us to do now is console.log the text content, which I'm guessing we should just get back this content type text XML. So in this case, actually, we're going to get back the body. So pretty awesome, pretty cool. Let's move on, guys. And so what we now want to do is, or what it's showing us is here we have some JSON, and this is typically the kind of data you're going to see that we're going to get back from our server. And so JavaScript has a handy, built-in method called JSON.parse. And what this does is this will go through our JSON and turn it into a regular string. So let's look at this. There we go. So now it is simply just an object. So my bad, it doesn't turn it into a string. It takes it out of a string and just turns it into a regular object with the key value pairs. And the keys are literals and the values are string literals. Awesome. So this one, just explaining XML or JSON. More commonly now, you'll see JSON, at least in my experience. But really, you can have your API respond with whatever kind of format that's accepted. All right, so let's move on to 15. And now what it wants us to do is answer these. So it says one, HTTP is a protocol that connects clients and servers. Okay. The four HTTP methods are get post. Remember, put to update and delete. A blank error means the server goofed up. That's going to be a 500. That's an internal server error. And awesome. Okay, so next up, we want to create a variable called XHR, which stands for the request, and we're going to set it equal to a new XML HTTP request. Okay. Now, next up, we're going to call xhr.open, and then we're going to pass it a few arguments. So the first one is we're going to pass it the type of request. It's going to be a GET. The next is going to be a request to CodeCademy.com, and false, and this means that it will wait. So it's going to be asynchronous. And then we're going to call xhr.send to actually execute this request. So let's try this out once this gets up and running. Let me reset this maybe. Refresh this page. Guess they're experiencing some downtime. Alright. So let me try this one more time, guys. So paste this code back in here and submit it. Did you set XHR equal to new XML HTTP request? Call XHR open with the arguments listed. did new XML HTTP request get http codecademy.com. So I got open get. Let me try this one more time. Get URL false. Codecademy.com. HTTPS. Alright, cool. Got it back. Sweet. So, sort of saw how we, brought it all together. And sweet. We got our badge. And let's move on to 17. And now we want to answer this question. What's an API key? So, I would say the best answer here is it is an alphanumeric string used to identify you to an API. So again, remember this is just used for authentication and to ensure the user isn't, non-authenticated. Awesome. Next up, guys, we want to look at what data format is shown below. So we've talked about this before. This is going to be JSON. It's the JavaScript object notation. And cool. So that was it for our last request, or our last lesson in that. Next up, guys, we will be moving on to give you guys a little preview real quick. We're going to be doing part 3 of it. But yeah, so actually I'll just show that in the next video. So hope you guys learned something. Make sure to like, comment, and as always, if you want to support the channel, please subscribe. So thank you for watching and have a great day. See you in the next video.